Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel once again. And I'm Parvati. After a long time sitting with Dada, and all of a sudden I came, and Dada, as like every single time, gave me a surprise that okay, let's do a video. I said, what would be the topic? Random. So I don't know what we are going to be talking about. So Dada asked me to start the video, so can I hand it over?
All right, everybody. How are you? How are you all doing? Uh, this is a spoken English reminder video for everybody out there. And Parvati is here, and we are going to talk about a lot of stuffs. And like we are notorious for our casual conversations. We get a lot of love from different countries, neighboring countries, from India. We are Indians, proud Indians. And one more thing, one thing which always helps me to connect with you people is that your goal and our goal are similar, right? So we have similar goals, and that's why we can connect to each other very well. So today is no different. We are here to take our journey to the next level, and our journey is that we are going to learn spoken English together. This time I'm not very excited because I want to have a lot of conversations today. I want to have a lengthy conversation, as lengthy as possible. That's why I'm just saving my energy. If I get overexcited, then it will sap my energy, so I'm not going to do that. All right, so Parvati, I've got you, and you see, like, there are lots of videos that I have uploaded on our channel, and we have got a lot of love, and that somewhere encourages us to come here every now and then and to talk about our recent things that we have done and we're gonna do, because like our goal is simple. Like you remember when you came to me for learning English, academic books, and I introduced you to spoken English, and you said I just want to be the part of the first class. You became the part of the first class, and you thought this is the last one. And from there, till today, you have enjoyed the whole journey. Like you don't regret being part of the class, and I think I have enjoyed too. Like I have really enjoyed teaching you, guiding you, instructing you, because you have walked my talk. So that somewhere helped me to understand that yes, people like Parvati are there. You just need to tap into their potential, and just you have to get the most out of them. So today I just want to revisit those days, from there until today. If people get bored listening to us, we give a damn about that. Okay, so you go and take a nap. Yeah, like we don't care about what you're gonna say or how you're gonna feel. Like use this session as a listening practice, because if you want to speak fluent English, you have to listen. Like listening is first. That I have recommended, and we have recommended in so many videos previously. So today, just we are doing it for the sake of our satisfaction. And of course, if you listen to the whole conversation that we are going to have today, you will get a lot of things, like the kind of casual conversation, how it is done and everything. So Parvati, let's revisit. Right? So just want to know, very curious, just want to know, when you reflect, like you think about those days you were a small little girl, came to me, and these days you are very naughty. So I just want to know, it's like a whole journey that you want to somewhere save in your archive, and you want to revisit again and again, because you learned a skill, and it will stay with you forever. You got a lot of people. Do you remember Beauty? Beauty would come to my class occasionally. So Beauty was like an executive of a postpaid bill connection, like beauty would come like every fifth of the month to see me that whether this person is alive or not, right? Beauty, if you're watching this video, please like this video, because I want to dedicate this video to you. Yeah, wherever you are. May God bless you, but don't come to me again. So yeah, so there are so many people like that. We had a very comprehensive kind of understanding about the class, and we did a lot of fun, but we never took our class for granted. We kept on doing that despite all the natural calamity and so many things happen, but we never stopped our class. Long story short, I don't want to like drag my question. I just want to ask, tell us something, tell everybody, from that time to this time, what changes have you seen in your life, and especially in your spoken English?
Well, there are a lot. I mean, I can't even imagine the kind of person I was ever since I started enjoying this class. I would rather say joining this class to study, because most of the time we have fun. We love the concept learning through fun, because that's how the creativity works. Because when you are getting bored with something at a certain point of time, what happens, you feel like throwing that out, that no, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
That's the reason why most of us, we are unable to learn math.
Yes.
Because most of the math teachers, I'm so sorry to say, but they pretend as if math is something which you should be afraid of, but absolutely not. Though I haven't been able to learn math, however, but in such a way, we always have believed, Dada injected us with that particular concept, that have fun, guys. Whenever you're learning English, just do something, but make sure English is there. So a lot of changes have seen in me, and whenever I go through them, whenever I reflect them, whenever, like, so many times it happens, I get so bored of life. I feel like, oh, there is nothing left. Then I remind of those days when I used to enjoy those boredoms. So if I talk about the first change, then it absolutely the personality, the kind of mindset I always had. That is, I cannot do it. I cannot do it. I don't think I'll be able to do it. The failure mindset. All the time I'm thinking, no, 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 no. So it made a structure that somewhere made me fall every single time. But then the day came when Dada scolded me badly. He said, what the hell? What the hell is going on? Like, if you are gonna go with this mindset that if you if you take the new step, you're gonna fail. Let me tell you, you are going to fail. And every time you're gonna take a new step, you're supposed to fail. Otherwise, you're not learning something. So that mindset I've acquired ever since I've joined this class. And yes, I've broken through my fear and the mindset that I cannot do it. That's the first. And most importantly, I've learned how to fail. Because every time I got afraid of failing, I didn't learn something, which is really important. If you're able to learn something, you have to go through your previous time that no, at the point of time I didn't do it. So, and simultaneously, let's say you want to learn a new language, like us, English language, which we are learning every day. Even, like, we can confess it that till the point, every single day we practice, we sit down, we make mistakes.
Yeah.
And the small things, like the tiniest mistakes we all the time make. So I also have learned that if you're not making mistake, you actually are not growing, which is the most important part of learning something.
But part of our brain always tells us that making mistakes is good.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we always seek comfort, na? We always think that when we are not getting comfort from that work, it means I'm not able to do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But it's the exact opposite. If you are getting comfort from a particular work, it means you are going through the same phase.
Yeah.
You're not learning something. When you're getting into a hard thing, it means that actually you are learning something, because it is hitting your mind hard. That okay, I think something new is getting into your mind. Something new is creating a different memory. So it's a beautiful thing. I always learn till the point. Every single moment I make mistake, yes, absolutely, dissatisfaction works. And a kind of the bad dog always howls. I think you cannot do it, you cannot do it. Or oh, see, you have just made a mistake, it means you have forgotten everything. No, 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 no. Just don't entertain that bad dog.
Yeah.
Say okay, let me tell you one thing. If you're howling at me, I know how to stop you. So stop.
Your brain protects you. That is not a bad thing.
Yeah, yeah. So, as you're saying that your brain protects you, that is not a bad thing. It means it's creating a shield in front of that bad dog which is howling. For the brain, the difficult things, like since from our childhood we have got functioned with couple of steps that okay, don't go there, it's danger, don't go there, it's danger. Like once I learned,
Belief system.
yeah, belief system, absolutely, it's become our faith that okay, if I do that, like once I learned somewhere that for our brain a difficult work is as similar as an anaconda is. Like
You're
when when we are getting afraid of doing some hard work, our brain thinks, oh, it's like the anaconda, so as we avoid the anaconda, we are going to avoid the work.
Brain can't discriminate. Between
Yes,
what
yes,
is-
it cannot discriminate.
Yeah, what is like between what is difficult but it's good.
Yes,
What is dangerous
yes,
but bad.
absolutely. So it's really hard for the brain until and unless we are refunctioning it. That no, whatever I learned,
Reprogramming it.
yes, I have to reprogram it every now and then. And believe me, it doesn't happen overnight. If you're thinking, oh, last night I practiced, but why am I not able to speak the way I thought or I believed that I would be speaking? It never ever going to be happening. If you are practicing a particular word, the very next day you'll be forgetting it.
Absolutely.
And in such a way, if you are not able to, stick it in your mind like a reminiscence, as which we will never forget. Like we have to practice, we have to live with that particular word, we have to create moments with that word in such a way so that it gets stuck in our mind. That
Yeah.
okay, I remember that word because of this incident. So in such a way, how to structure your mind, how to develop your personalities simultaneously, how you can learn something and how to accept failures, I've learned all of them ever since I joined this class. Before that, believe me, I was a kind of person who never ever thought of doing hard work and who always is the laziest of all. I always thought that okay, I'd be doing something. I couldn't think of that I'd be doing a job. I'd be doing my work on my own, which I always was dependent on my mother. I would ask my mother that please serve me the food. But these days I understand what it takes to do those things.
Put the food on the table.
Yes, put the food on the table. Like when I feel hungry, but I know that I have to do it on my own. Then I understand what it took my mother to do that. But then I didn't understand, and I just like the bad dog. I howled at my mother that why are you not doing it? Like does this take that time? But now I realize. So getting this realization would never happen if I didn't join the class. So it happened, and last night you probably recognize that in our previous video, that part 2, we were talking about prioritization. So then I wrote something that prioritization should be prioritized. Because what happens when you don't know what to prioritize, or if you don't give value to that prioritization, what you're prioritizing or trying to prioritize will never get prioritized.
Now you're juggling with the words, but the point is that you're basically saying that they're thinking. So
Yeah.
you are basically trying to say like you have to prioritize your prioritization.
Yes, absolutely. So, yeah, now I'm confused what I was talking about. However, so yes, like if you're thinking, okay, this is my work I'll be doing, but you are not giving it time. You have made a plan, but you're not just putting it into action, then it doesn't work. So there are so many things. Maybe I still make a lot of mistakes. Not maybe, actually, I'm making a lot of mistakes. Till the point, even while having the conversation with Dada and you all, I'm making a lot of mistakes, and the bad dog of mine saying, "Oh, I think you're going to make mistake. I think you're going to make mistake. You didn't practice for a long time, and you're going to make mistake." But in the other mind, I'm trying to recognize that no. I am going to do it. I'm going to do it because I know what I'm able to do, or I accept my mistakes. That's the whole point. If you don't know how to accept the mistake, if I am unable to accept the mistake, it means like it's very rush to hear, but it's a cowardly thing. I'm a coward if I'm not able to do it. It means all the time I am the same thing. I'm seeking comfort. So accepting mistake helps you not to fall again and to learn where you made the mistake and to acquire it better.
Yeah.
So yes, and there are lots of funny thing I did, and I met a lot of people. I still miss them. I see them sometimes, and I think yes, something is happening. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's pleasant to hear whenever Parvati speaks, right? And everybody knows that all my successful videos are successful because Parvati is there. No, it's a fact. People love to listen to you, so you actually deprive them of what they deserve by not coming here every now and then. So forgive her. She's after money, basically. She's earning a lot of money, and she has become money lover. We are doing it. NGO. It's an NGO. So yeah, I don't pay her. That's why she doesn't come here. So anyway, it was not a joke. It was a joke. It was a joke. Yeah. So okay. So get into the serious note. You said that Dada, you taught me things very easily. I wrote like I made the teaching technique easy because I was never an intelligent student. Like when I went to my first instructor, the way he taught me, it was very, very easy. Because he knew like my understanding was that. Like if you say anything difficult, I cannot catch it. So I was taught by some of the greatest teachers in the world, and they just made me feel comfortable whenever it was learning something. All right. So I think, look, do you remember that Einstein quote? He said, like, if you can't explain a thing very easily, then you haven't understood it.
Yes.
So that's so true. Like, it's a very easy sentence to understand, but difficult to master. Like, to be able to teach something very easily takes a lot of effort.
Yes.
Right. So I remember this morning when you entered my room, you said, Dada, I've just recently achieved something. You have achieved something not like that. You learned from your mistakes, and then you did not do what you were doing. You did something differently and you got different results. So I think, yeah, in the same work. So the point is that it's about like to understand that, okay, it's not about the Titanic words I'm gonna use and the words that nobody can understand. It's not about that. It's about how simply I can put the things. Sometimes we put simple things in a complex way. That's terrible. We shouldn't do that. Second thing, you said comfort is dangerous. You said comfort is dangerous. I said like comfort is for clothes, not for human body. So that's why I always say like comfort is something which always saps your energy, somewhere saps your skill. Comfort never helps you to become who you want to become. Like the point is, like, you want to become a lot of things, right? But you cannot become all those things because you always try to keep yourself in that shell where you feel that okay, everything is secured, right? So when you try to get yourself into something challenging, you have to face a lot of uncertainties, and human body is very very feel uncomfortable for that. um, and then you talked about laziness, right? And then you like said, okay, so you were a blamer. You said you were a blamer when you came here. So you from a blamer to taking action, that's what you learned. Now I do not want to take the entire credit wholly on my shoulder. I want to say, like, Parvati was there and I was teaching her, but I was teaching her some of the principles that I learned from my trainers. I was also a student when I was teaching her, but the material that I was teaching her, I was borrowing them from my teachers, my mentors. And some of the mentors I met in person, some of the mentors I met virtually. But it's all about that. Like, you always look for the good stuffs. Okay, so Parvati, I want to know, like, I always talk about practice because, practice is something that you cannot take for granted. Like, you cannot say, Dada, I did 7 hours of practice day before yesterday, so I can take a break today. That's bullshit. Like, that makes no sense, right? If you understand the nature of practice, then you understand, okay, practice is not like, okay, you can compensate. Practice is not about compensation. Practice is about consistency. You practice every day, maybe the time differs. Like, maybe today you are practicing for 15 minutes, tomorrow you do it for 1 hour 15 minutes, another on day 3 you practice for 45 minutes. Then you do the tally and you see, okay, the average practice time is this, like, let's say 30-35 minutes. And that's it. Like, that's the thing. Like, but you never skip. You cannot say that yesterday I didn't practice, today I'm not going to get enough time to practice, so tomorrow I will do 6 hours of practice. It doesn't work like that. So just I want to know that what's your modern version of practice? Like, what do you think about it? Because, like, as a spoken English trainer, I have understood the more I am learning, the more my practice intensity is learning at the same time. Because like, I'm getting exposed to a lot of new things. Now I can tap into the different realm of unknown. So viewers want to know, because most of the people, those who are watching this video, they actually love you a lot, because as I said, like, you have nailed it. Like, whenever you came, you just broke your own record. So what's your modern version of practice?
Well, first of all, I would love to catch the point that practice always exposes you to different things. Now, here the point comes, like, absolutely, if you think that today I'm going to be practicing for 5 hours, now the very next day I will skip it, then the day after tomorrow I will practice for another 5 hours. Now, why it doesn't work? Because as Dada was mentioning, that it exposes to you a different types of things. It means, let's say you're practicing on different topics today, whatever you learned today, but you missed tomorrow whatever you learned tomorrow. It means, let's say you're not going to practice tomorrow. It means you're not going to practice the things you learned tomorrow. So you're missing something. And day after tomorrow, absolutely, very first day, till the point Dada always reminds me, don't believe in your, like, that mind.
Yeah.
Because you forget everything. You forget everything until unless you write them down. Even you forget where you have written them.
Like Jay Shetty said, don't believe your brain because it tricks you.
Yes, it tricks you. So you cannot think that, okay, I'm not going to be practicing tomorrow. I will recognize everything, whatever I'm going to learn tomorrow, and then I will be putting them into my practice day after tomorrow. It's never ever going to be happening, believe me. So if I talk about modern practice, I've never thought about it. I don't know how I can explain modern practice. But if I talk about my practicing, then absolutely I've become a huge dodger. I mean, I'm dodging a lot these days. I am not practicing that amount, but every single morning when I get back home, I make sure before I go to bed, I am practicing at least for 15 minutes. And last time you, like, how can I, what can I say that? Like, that is a survey, like you shared in your channel, WhatsApp channel.
Oh, pool.
Yeah, poll, yes, I've forgotten that. So in that poll they shared that, okay, vote that particular time you practice for. I tapped on 15 to 30 minutes because, to be honest, I don't practice. I cannot say I don't get the opportunity to practice, but I don't practice. So in such a way I practice, but whatever I learned, I make sure some couple of things are included. First of all, journaling, which helps you to put your thoughts into a couple of words. Even sometimes you don't remember the words when you are speaking, but while you are writing something, you take time and you can recognize those words. So it helps you a lot to practice some words you have learned. And reading at least half page, I would say, not even an entire page, but a half page of a book can help you to the infinity. It can help you in such a way, guys, believe me. Then you are writing something, like after reading, if you're writing something, it's going to be helping you to the point.
Like reading half page is better than none.
Yes, something is better than none. So absolutely it works. And then listening is there. Whenever, believe me, Dada, whenever I think of listening, I always remember the picture of Sauravda. Sauvigda. Sorry. Sorry for the mistakes. Sauvigda, because he is the man who all the time learns English through listening. He says a couple of things he uses we cannot even do sometimes. Like he says, I listen to these sort of things, and he focuses on listening more than any other thing. Although they are the most important parts also, like this listening. But however, listening one of the most important parts. It's a crucial thing because when you're listening, I always practice that. When you're listening, you're not only going through words, sentences, but how to speak them. The pronunciation, intonation, modulation, how to like maintain the cadence, everything. So I do prefer listening more than anything, but I cannot discard all the other parts because they also help me a lot to become a complete speaker, I would say. So yes, my practicing is going on in such a way, and sometimes I practice through daily thing. It reminds me of Sauravda now, because when I met him for the first time, he shared with Dada that I practice every single time, whenever I want, because when it is about practicing, we always keep in our mind, oh, there should be a particular time when I'm practicing, and that stalks us. That time never comes because we are actually skipper, like the YouTube ads. We never ever watch the ads, even though sometimes they teach us something. Whenever I'm getting the opportunity, I'm practicing. Let's say I'm cooking, and I'm pretending as if I'm hosting a cooking show, and there you have to decide what are the words should be there. What, like people say when you're practicing you have to have a topic. No, if you don't know the simple things, then the hard things will never come. Yeah, harder, even hardest, because let's say I'm talking about a cooking show, but I don't know the name of the elements I'm using, like the induction cooker, the I don't even know a lot of name of them. Yeah. Yes, the pressure cooker, the mixer grinder, the simple thing I'm talking about. So spoons, even there are lots of spoons with different names.
Yeah.
We cannot say a fork, a spoon.
Yeah.
So in such a way, it reminds me of daily practice, regular practice. That's why we have the casual conversation, because there we do not talk about the hard things. Okay, let's talk about global warming today. We'll be talking about it. No, not like that. So casual practice is one of the most important practice, and shadowing. I always would, like, in most of the videos you people, if you have watched, I have talked about it. The shadowing is one of the most important thing, because you are important to you, right? We prioritize ourselves. So when we prioritize ourselves, when it is about buying clothes, eating foods, or maintaining diet, or everything, or our external body, then why not practicing? So I take a mirror and I talk to myself and I feel good. When you're practicing, you have to feel good with yourself, as if you are talking to your best friend.
Absolutely.
So otherwise you cannot connect. Like, it's very hard to understand that, okay, I am with myself, why should I connect to me? No, sometimes we do couple of things our mind doesn't want. But connect to your mind and body and what you want. It's really important. So yes, that's how I practice, and I have to think about the modern practice, how I can explain it. Yeah.